Hello, how are you, Amanda? Seint Artist, we're gonna do that eyeshadow look. This one right here. I am such a big fan of these colors. Fall is probably my most favorite eyeshadow look of all. So I'm just using my little shape brush to clean. Oh my gosh, I just made it better. Okay, so let's show how I did this look. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prep my eye. And that's done with a cream highlight color. If you have oily lids or heavy texture, get yourself a really great primer. NYX has a good affordable one. Too Faced is my ride or die favorite that I used for years and years and years. But for me, my highlight color works just as good. If I want it to last overnight, I'd probably do Too Faced. But that's when I didn't wash my face at night. So let's get started. I'm taking a little bit of Versailles and I am just gonna put this from lash to brow. I'm just turning my eyelid all one color. That's it. This just makes for a good blending surface. Also, the lighter the base, the more pigmented your eyeshadows are gonna be. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of setting powder and I'm gonna set my eyes because powders blend better on top of a powder. It's a fact. If you put this eyeshadow right on top of a cream, it's gonna kind of stick and take a little more work to blend. So I set it with powder. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a brush. Where'd I put it? Okay, the eyeshadow brush on the fluffy end. I always keep a handy dandy cleaning tile in my palette. And here are the colors: Leo, Philly, As You Wish, and Gold Digger. I love me some Gold Digger. Look how pretty this looks. Okay, first color I'm gonna go into is actually As You Wish. It's a peachy tone with some pink flecks in it. Tapping off the excess. This one will have fallout. And I'm just gonna put this right up here under my brow. This is just gonna be kind of a peekaboo shimmer. This doesn't really change the color of my eyes, and that's it. Cleaning it off, and I'm gonna go into Leo, scary little orange color, and we are going to pop this on the brow bone. This is called a transition color. It's not your main base, but it adds a little depth to your look. So I'm just gonna pop this way up here. I also have hooded eyes, which means all this that I'm putting my Leo on covers my crease, it covers my lid. And so anytime I put a lot of color on, I live outside. My crease is right here. Almost every color I put on, oh my God, I'm just gouging my eye for you guys. Every color I put on is always on the outside of my crease or directly on my lid. I don't ever say, let's put this in the crease, because my crease means nothing to my look because it disappears as soon as I rest my face. All right, the next color I'm gonna go into on the small end of my eyeshadow brush is Philly. It's this chocolatey brown color, so good. I'm gonna tap this on, tap off the excess, and I am going to go along my lash line here first, and then I'm gonna come outside of my eye and I'm gonna come up onto my brow bone. That brow bone is where I live, and then I just push in. And I'm gonna go above that crease, and I'm going above the crease on that brow bone and bringing it over. This is gonna give the illusion that I don't have a hooded eye by bringing it up higher. It's almost gonna move my crease. I'm gonna flip it to the fluffy end, and I'm just gonna blend. And I'm gonna blend this out. Not necessarily in, I'm gonna smolder it on the inside, but I'm pulling it out, just like I did over here. I pop it right on top of the brush, flick off the excess. I'm gonna open my eye here and I'm gonna stamp it. I clean it off on that tile, and then I'm just going to, with bigger circles, I'm blending this onto that brow bone and mixing it with that orangey transition color. And it's so good. This is gonna give my eye lift. This is going to hide the fact that I have hooded eyes. And then I'm gonna take this little end and I'm gonna pull that Philly brown under my eye and attach it to the top part right here, just to give it some fluidity. All right, next I am going to take, this is the Demi Gloss right here, this whiter one, and I'm gonna tap a little on my finger, and I'm gonna put this on the inner lid, okay? This is gonna create stickiness. I'm going to go into As You Wish again, and I'm gonna use my finger to apply this. So it's on my finger here, and I'm gonna tap this on, you can see it right there. I'm tapping it on to that Demi Gloss that I patted on, and I'm gonna push this in and out. Remember when I said it will stick and be kind of hard to blend? I only want this color on the inner lid, right there, okay? I have some fallout, so I'm just gonna use a fluffy brush to tap it out. And then I'm gonna take my finger, we're gonna go into Gold Digger. I'm not putting any tackiness on the mid of my lid. Tapping it on, it's super pigmented, a higher fleck. We're gonna put this on the outside lid and mid. Not covering up that inner corner. We're gonna take our brush, we're gonna tap this, kicking off the excess, fluffy in, cleaning it off, grabbing a little more filly, and I'm just gonna deepen this on the outside. Just a little bit, cleaning it off in between, and then I'm gonna blend. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna take a fluffy brush. I'm just grabbing anything that's right down here. I'm gonna go into just some cheap pencil here. This is Maybelline Tattoo Studio. It's just a retractable pencil. You don't need anything expensive when it comes to a stick liner. Just make sure it transfers well onto a waterline, and I find this one does. I go about 3/4 of the way over, which is where my lash line ends. I'm pushing into my lashes so that I can fill in between. And then I'm just gonna get the edge right here, just like that. And this will extend my lash line. And it's also gonna give the illusion that my eyeliner is coming all the way over. I'm going to flick up from the corner and then push into the lash line here, just like that. It's so good. Love it. All right, next I'm gonna take this brush. This is an eyeshadow brush. This is not a Seint brush. And I'm gonna smudge this in, pushing it in and blending it out. And I'm also pulling up. I don't always like my eyeliners to have a defined line. If I do, I use a felt tip pen. And then whatever's left, whatever's on the brush that I use to smoke, I just pull down on my lash line. Look at how pretty that is. I just don't like that defined eyeliner look, but I do want a bit of a wing, so I'm just flicking out from that corner. And then I'm gonna grab that shader brush. You wanna do this all fairly quickly because the eyeliner will set, which is nice. All right, Bare Minerals Lashtopia, and I'm going to wiggle at the root and pull. All mascara does is, well, it makes your lashes pretty, but once you put your mascara on, that's where you can really tell how your eyeshadow looks at the end. It just changes the look of your eyeshadow. I'm just pulling this up, out, filling. Wiggle at the root, just fills at the base, makes them look a little heavier. And then I just pull up, pull out, and I tap the tips. All right, now to sharpen things up, just like I did at the beginning of the video, I had my blend brush on the small end. I went into my brightener that I used to prep. I pinched it and I tapped it. So there's just a little bit on, and then I just pulled this up, just like that. Pulled it up, and it's just cleaning it off, taking that fluffy end and blending it. I like that. Whatever's left on the brush, just bringing it down under my eye, and look at how pretty. That's such a pretty fall. This could be a date night look. You can keep pumping it up if you want. If you wanted to add more of that brown, just dab it in and blend it over. Look at how pretty that is. It's such warm, good color. And adding that Gold Digger with that As You Wish, the way they blend together to the inner corner, just bright, keeps things bright on the inside and moody, and it's just pretty. I mean, this is a pretty eyeshadow look. Okay, there's really just so many different combinations. I could probably make a different eye look every day of the year, but I'm not gonna do that. But there's so many good combinations. I love mixing my oranges in with my browns. This is so pretty. So those are the colors. Let's see, Leo, Philly, As You Wish, and Gold Digger. So good, so good. So shop the link. If you want that eyeshadow brush, there is a direct link to buy it. It's less than $10. I think it's a $9 and change brush. It's such a great, inexpensive brush. I use this all the time. It's so good to have in your arsenal. Such a good brush. All right, that's it. Have a great day.